What if we go full in? They're not going to die, right? Not everybody. To supplies, to fuel, supplies to fuel. So by resources it's the same. Yeah, why would you not risk the whole crew? Oh, you gain supplies by waiting. Interesting. Beneath the roots, while you actually, let's read. I don't think I ever encountered a storm. Thunder shakes the trees. Storm's nearing, the signaler says, drawing up her food. Shouldn't we be out in this, Captain? While you wait, you shelter beneath a vast tree. It is the pale gold of a candlelit manuscript page. What? The cover is inadequate. The flask of brandy does not last long enough. The then torchlight nearby. Your scouts return. There is a hollow under an ancient tree where you can make a camp. There is even a cache there. Someone has come through here before you. We're rested. We gained supplies. Really nice expedition. Boggy. Shit. Get a better way. Tale of Terror. Actually, I think I failed it both 2 times before. The trees whisper as you pass. They lie in a dozen languages only half known to you and your crew. The discordance shivers beneath the boughs. Correspondence ignites wood that shrieks as though not meant to speak. Wood burns and breaks. The passing is treacherous and slow. Eventually, however, you emerge. Enter the giggling palace. This sounds new. Within the dell, the laughter becomes cacophonous. Your crew must cover their ears as you press forwards through the dripping undergrowth. White ferns whisper as they brush against your hands. Ahead you can hear the lowing of beasts. The air is cold as the grave. You inch forward as the laughter crescendos, washing over you. A copse of trees, grey as a rainstorm, lies ahead. It blocks the rest. Is it lies or are they lying? blocks the rest of the dell from sight, but it is the only way forward. Oh, we're still going through the challenges. Go along, send your crew ahead. This is... Yeah, I should go alone. Stone speech. Your crew are loyal and protest, but their relief is palpable. You stride through the trees, the distant starlight dappling their grey leaves silver. If there was a mechanic where I could have been hurt, if there was a wounding mechanic, I would actually probably choose to go with the crew, but because there is none, I don't think you can just die randomly one shot. I'm not risking much. You stride through the trees, the distant starlight dappling their grey leaves silver. You are greeted with laughter as bright and insistent as a blade at the throat. It emerges from the dell, which descends to a gap in the trees. Is that a bird? No. A valley in the woods. A canopy of dripping leaves conceals what lies ahead, laughter high, and mirthless can be heard very close by. You must go forward. Enter the hollow. Prize claimed. At the very bottom of the dell is a brook. Stream. Well, small stream. What? Wait, what? Huh? It didn't happen before. Huh. Did it? What? Just lost all my skills by one. That's not pleasant. The water bubbles and chuckles, murmurs and giggles. A brown seal gleams just under the surface. As you reach to take it, 3 faces are reflected in the water next to yours. You are being watched by a 3-headed fox the size of and color of a polar bear. This is different. Interesting. So, my guess... It randomly chooses the tail. There were 3 scientists and they had 3 different theories. Maybe I should try and actually get the right one. One was with the Roman Emperor theory, the other one something about the Queen. I need to talk to them again. You are being watched by a 3-headed fox the size of and color of a polar bear. It speaks, but with your voice, your vocal patterns stolen in service of its speech. Mourn not the Wild trees nor the slain servants. Open the silent barrows. The, the fox flees into the wood. Your throat aches. Open the silent barrows. Slain servant, wild trees. Vinci student has a dozen bad habits and firm conviction that Saint John the Apostle slumbers in the Regent's grave. Student of the ancient world is armed with the more scorn than vengeful goddess and firm conviction that Sumerian Queen of Heaven sleeps in Regent's grave. Fuck. According to the legend Aurea, this Saint John is sleeping somewhere waiting for the coming of the Antichrist, which would mean the end of the world. And what is the high wilderness but that? We left the world behind and the stars are going out. And just after we arrive, we discover a tomb hidden in an ancient wood. He runs a hand, yeah. Not sure if that's what I need to do. There are so little clues in their speech. Maybe I'm not supposed to think about it at all. Isn't it obvious? She rolls her eyes. Fine, I'll tell you what I told the academic senate. The high wilderness is heaven, not as the church conceives it, but as Sumerian did. A palace of stars and chaos and impossible powers in proximity to and affecting our own world, but far, far removed. Inanna, the Queen of Heaven, entered the underworld in search of her husband and was trapped for a time. That is the myth. Well, that fits better, but again, no strong connections at all. Nothing about barrows, silent barrows, or three-headed foxes, or anything. And this guy is just about this emperor. It's a little strange, I admit. You certainly won't find this in Einhard, but there are legends that say the great king did not leave his people on death, and instead sleeps in a barrow. Ooh! Huh. Waiting for their hour of need. Maybe it's just... just a coincidence, and others didn't mention Barrow, but they knew that Barrow exists. I don't know. You quarry his people? I do not forget that we are British, he pauses for effect. But is our queen not of German parentage? Would not her ancestor look out for her, Europe's greatest monarch, as she embarks on her most significant endeavor? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Well, this is the only clue I found in their theories, the closest thing. Evidence shifts. The paleographer paces his tent. Animal that speaks? That doesn't fit. What will I say to Senate? His voice catches. I will not just give up on Carlemangi. Fuck, it doesn't fit. Can I... Oh. So I need to continue researching until I find something for him? That's my punishment, maybe? He rifles through his papers. Perhaps we will find more useful evidence in the burrows. We did find a reference to quiet graves on an old tablet written in correspondence. It must be the same place. It was described as the place deeds were made. Uh-huh. He finds his notes and makes a mark on your map. Did I fuck up? They took my skills. I wanted it back. Have an opportunity to get more people. Okay. Let's go with the large one again. Moderate difficulty. Burrows of Silence. The scholars have provided the location. The wood whispered its name to you. Whoever lies in the regent's grave may have been connected with this place. To the grave. Maybe it doesn't fit with any of their theories. Your crew are reluctant but obey your command. They haul on their packs and make ready for another incursion. The scholars watch you leave, their expressions solemn. It is not long before you are surrounded by trees, the canopy plunging you into gloom. Well, I'll have to listen. Whatever that is. You emerge into a field of purple flowers, bright as new bruises. Captain, the stalker's voice is anxious. Can you hear them? Something whispers from beneath the petals. The traitor's choristers. The scent of the flowers is sweet but sour, like that of rotten raspberries. The smell overpowers. Yeah, I read that at some point, but it's long ago, I guess. Overpowers your nostrils as the voices overwhelm your ears, filling them with a constant bubble. Your crew join you in the long grass, wandering through the canopy of flowers. Petals open tiny mouths. They whisper directions, only half in a language you speak. They tell you of groves and graves, the treacheries which happened, the defiance, the kingdom overthrown. Eventually they even tell you the way to leave. Long shadows move through the silver trees ahead. There is a mournful howl. Someone sounds hungry, a stalker tries to joke. A low growling comes from behind you. The beasts have your scent. Hide 64. Fight 46. Man, I'm killing it. In the shadow of the valley, you break from your path and slip into a copse of trees. White as bone, you creep under the canopy, perhaps the dense wood and utter darkness might throw off pursuit. You hear the occasional crunch, surely only a branch underfoot, as your pursuers enter the wood after you. Eventually all falls silent. The beasts have given up or withdrawn, satisfied. You head to higher ground to try to locate your crew and find they had the same idea. The tree line parts ahead. Enter the Barrow of Silence. Oh, we're already here. You're going to eat away more of my skills? A circle of earthen mounds surround a hollow of blasted ground. Twin graves. The barrows smell of leaf mold and decay. Some are of old. Some are so old they've sunken and are barely distinguishable from the rest of the grass-covered ground. Your crew shivers as you walk past the mounds into the blasted circle at their center. Wind whips past you, blowing up dust. A bird overhead calls out. Its cry is cut short. A deep depression sits at the center of the circle, surrounded by smoldering sigils of the correspondence. You are on the fringe of the wood. I gained the crew back, but it's still going. The sigils scored into the barrow's earth smolder. The incandescent language is searing. A command burns your marrow. Here, you will be silent. Why would I want to gag myself? Just be silent. Is this what I think it is? Or is it just living? The center of barrows. Wind gusts across the graves, setting stones rolling from the barrows. Your crew huddle close as you advance into the center of the circle. Below your feet, correspondence sigils flare like dying fireflies. Even now, the letters of heaven sear the air. The entrances to the barrows have been filled with piles of rock. They are stoppered with slate and shale. Beneath your feet, the correspondence is incandescent. We have raised you up, and so shall we cast you down. Shale?
Shale.
Okay, it's a mineral. Stoppered.
Stoppered.
Sealed. Okay. Approach the hole at the center of the barrow circle. Open the barrows. I don't know. Nobody told me to do anything. Glamour. You pull away the loose stone locking the nearest barrow. Your crew move away the other rocks, opening the graves. A cacophony of sounds rolls out. Sigils smolder in the air. Not to be forgotten, not to serve, not to be silent, to be permitted. Ash and smoke blow across the now bellowing graves. One of the barrows is screaming in Latin. An erudite stalker conjugates in haste. Captain, he shouts in your ear. Those are your orders from only yesterday. They've been listening. Peering inside the nearest barrow, you find it clogged entirely with stone, as though smothered. No wonder the voices sound so ragged, buried underneath mountains worth of rock. What? So one of the streams screamed in Latin, which was commands from yesterday from the captain. Why? Peering inside the nearest barrow, you find clogged entry with stone, as though smothered. No wonder the voices sound so ragged, buried beneath mountains worth of rock. Okay. The entrances to barrows have been filled with piles of rock. They are stoppered with slate and shale. Beneath your feet, the correspondence is incandescent. Okay, this is the same. So they are clogged again. Our power shared, our gift given, our law defied. The hole is practically clogged with ash, but you can see a gleam at the bottom. Something gold glistens down there. The sigils around the lip of the hole burn comprehension into you. The privilege of stewardship abused. Beauty and pain and betrayal racks your ligaments.
Ligaments.
Your hands shake as you pluck the golden seal from its dim tomb. Okay, this is the same again. Have the last seal, the barrows howl your name to the unceasing sky. You're lucky to have made it thus far. Live while you still can. I have no fucking clue what happened there. Lost 8 hearts? Hello? Why? What the fuck? I really hope by the end of this quest I will get them back. Otherwise, what the hell am I doing? A place less silent. As you walk away and out of the circle, the sigils fade. You feel your throat constrict as though embraced by a python. You go to give an order, but the words fail. Your language is ragged, like a moth-eaten rug. Eventually you find the language to get your crew moving, but in the back of your mind you feel absences. Your words have been taken. The correspondence carries a price, so to defying the commandments of a star. But you have the last of the seals. The scholars will know what to do next. Or did I do something wrong? Maybe I needed to gag my crew or something. And those idiots couldn't keep their mouth shut. Scholars are waiting eagerly for your return, though they affect otherwise. The vituperative classicist arrives first. Well, wait, it's her. Yeah. Well, the others hurry behind her, their expressions repetitions of her questions. You explain all you can. A servant thrown down, the theologian concludes, for dreadful overreach. Is not my king in the barrow then? The paleographer says mournfully. Only a retainer. We don't know that, the classicist replies. Though it's a reasonable supposition. She turns to you. Take me with you. Let's open this wretched grave. The theologian immediately volunteers himself as an alternate. You will need an interpreter, and the scholars will not work together. I mean, classicist sounded more right, but no hard evidence about that. Like there was nothing Christian about all of this, so I must go with her, I guess. Journey, she nods. I've packed already. I'll meet you by your engine. She walks away, ignoring the gazes of her colleagues. The polygrapher sighs and returns to his stand. The theologian approaches you. Please be careful. I wouldn't want anything to happen to her. You'll need to find the regent's grave and your locomotive to continue. Okay, I already found it. The question is... London. The remaining scholars packed up to Somerset and London. Once you'd made your decision, they hoped to salvage their careers, or at least be somewhere warm and inside. The wind shivers the grass, the shadows lengthen over the camp. Well, I mean, camp is still here as an option. So I can gather bronzewood ore artifacts using these expeditions. I don't even need to get people back because I haven't lost anybody. But they don't sell fuel and I still need some. Otherwise I would have tried more expeditions. Well, we could... buy fuel. Is it going to be enough? If I hop here and then to Port Prosper, should be really careful. Oh, second catch. Knight Stalker spies tracks leading the your quarry slows, allowing you to catch up. It stands in a copse of cedarwood. Proud stag. Oh, okay, I read that. Let's go. Huh? Fuck! No! No! Oh! I think I know what happened. I think Prospect was disabled because... the fucking... students left the woods. Oh my god. Well, this is annoying. Should have sold it right away. That should be my habit for later, to just every time I have some trading mission, just sell it immediately as I go to the port and then do stories. Stupid. Damn. This is bad. See ya. Okay, let's focus on just going forward. We could go on waterfalls. It's the place where I crashed at the last session. What? Bees here? Already depleted terror, but oh, that's because of a wonder. I can't even see how much terror it's going to deplete if I succeed or fail. Savage secret vision of the heavens. That's nothing. That's not great. The profoundest melancholy. The water is hot as a freshly drawn bath. The constant drum of the rushing waters drowns out even your thoughts. You should be relaxed. You should be considering magnificence of the rich. Emerald green, cathedraled with branches soaring like buttresses.
Buttresses.
Projecting support of stone or brick built against the wall. Oh, these things. But how can you? You are alone, the richest glory has fallen into darkness and shall not rise again. What can be left? With effort you climb from the water to lie on the bank, sobbing. That's all I can do. Yeah, I feel like... yeah, I should go to fucking Port Prosper. Otherwise I will run out of fuel. I guess I'll come back. Because I want to get my skills back. I really hope this is how it works. Bring that captain to London again, I guess. Since we are going there. Yeah, strength of the sun. I remember it given. I think. But I don't remember a big reward for it at all. I remember being disappointed. Hurt myself with my own mine. Classic. That wasn't even a shot on the corpse. He literally shot on me. Bastard. I can't deal with contraband now. Nectar for auction. Yeah, why do I... No, I don't want to buy nectar. Especially because it's just a raw chance. It's not a skill check. Boy, I have even less hearts than usual. $150 sovereigns for some reason. Season stalls. You join a few familiar faces in the sticky seats near the stage, festooned with old programs and discarded bottles. From this almost vertical angle you can see the peeling paint and faded curtains, the pores on the actor's skin. The performance is a parody of the opening of the Avid Horizon and the first pioneer's entry into Albion. A lively round of betting soon breaks out. Where will the visor pop from next? You come away much richer than you entered. I'll buy it later. Just 10 fuel to be sure. Fucking field. Dreadnoughts. I would have loved to help, but gotta go. Sorry. Thousand apologies. they hit you, you overheat. Interesting. Annoying. What you terror. Alright. Sealed shut forever, break the seals, lock the gates forever. They were not meant to be opened. Interesting. Here at the heart of the forest, a great barrow built from ancient stone stands. Gates of star-forged bronze block the entrance. Open the gate. You have the 3 seals and translator. You will discover what was entombed here. Before... Actually, let's read this one. The region's graves. Here at the heart of the forest, a great barrow built from ancient stone stands. Gates of star-forged bronze. Oh, that's it. Remember when I came here first and said that this is where I will need to go by the end of this quest I saw in Traitor's Wood? Into the traitor's grave. Before fitting the seals into the gate, the scholar examines the correspondence markings on them. Something about to be used for visitation and reminder to not visit unless in direct need. Your scholar translates plainly baffled. Visitation? Each seal fits a particular depression in the gate. It goes silver, then bronze, then gold. As you place the final seal into the metal, the gate swings inward of its own accord. A long stair, vastly wide, descends downward into the gloom. Below, a winged house with the old ferocity of a starving wolf. Burn away the wax that seals the traitor's mouth. At the foot of the stair is a burial chamber fathoms high. Hanging from the roof is a skeleton. The bones are the size of locomotives. The skull palatial. Red correspondence sigils are branded on the bones, and the trisected skull's mouth is sealed shut with forester wax. Palatial?
Palatial.
resembling a palace. Okay. Unstopper the skull's mouth or leave the grave. Well, only one choice. The sigils on this jawbone mean to have gone further than one should, the scholar whispers. Not to be forgotten, standing well back, you order your crew to light a fire below the skull's mouth. Soon the wax is congealing and dripping in long, slow splashes onto the tomb floor. The heat in chamber rises. Dashes of wax begin to fall in heavy drops from the mouth of the skull. The wind rises to a frenzy. The last of the wax melts. The skull's jaw hangs open, and correspondence sigils begin to appear on the walls of the tomb. The cavern lights in fierce incandescence as the traitor spits ferocious correspondence. Your scholar struggles to keep up as they translate the sigils on the spot. There's a bunch. The scholar translates. The servant was given a task. They meant to complete it, but they have no body. They mean to chain the wood. No, tame it. They are the tamer. They overstepped when they gave voice to the voiceless. They want to undo their terror. The scholar falls silent. Sorry, what? Their eyes widen. They want one of us to help them for a year and a day. Explain that the judgment of the rich has perished. What would your task entail? So those are just questions, right? Give the tamer your body so they can fulfill their duty. What does the deceased servant is of a deceased star want? The taming of the wood. Correspondence flashes in the dark like bonfires on Guy Fawkes's night. The scholar frowns. The vanquishing of all errors, the making right of the wood, something about work, bloody, burning, taming work, the silencing of the voices and the stealing of tongues. The scholar shrugs. They seem to think it's self-explanatory. Why not leave things as they are? The tamer has its freedom, though not its life. It could join the winds and that howl in the heavens and leave the woods full of voices, wild and at liberty. Errors to be corrected. The scholar backs away as incandescent sigils go up like fireworks. He doesn't like that. A failure will not be commemorated, a debt will be repaid. That's repeated several times. A transgression must be unmade. The regret of having burned too brightly. To return humbly to one's place. I don't know. What will happen if I give myself to that guy? Will I die? It said like one needs 1 year. Maybe I'll just skip 1 year. Something happens. I'm just curious to see. The Tamer's Task. The vituperative classicist considers you. You've impressed me, Captain. Good luck. She heads back towards the entrance. The wind whirls around you, gathering in strength. You open your mouth to speak, and a gust blows in, filling your lungs more than possible. Your chest strains, your teeth rattle, and your skin aches as though set upon with hammers. And then it all comes. Just a whisper remains deep in your skull that tells you where to go and how to begin. You must return to the parting glade in Traitor's Wood to begin your task. Well, that wasn't so bad. To take up the mantle of the Tamer. Yep. Must be some wood. Come on. Well, I can't go back, I don't know. Seems too much of a hustle, plus we're low on fuel. We should keep going to London for contraband. We'll go back to Trader's Wood after that. Kinda curious to see what's going to happen. I have some kind of ancient servant spirit inside me who served the sun or something. Sounded weird. So, the medical emergency. Again, the settler died, of course. I gained something from this. I think it was experiment, actually, which could be sold for 250. I swear there was... you could sell it somewhere. Throw him off. if I throw him off, will it reduce terror? It's now 48. Yeah, by 10. That's good. Bye-bye. Oh boy. I thought it was on background. Oh, they still fight it out. Show that rock who's the boss. How that fucking missed? Yeah, nasty. Really risky to go to London like this, but at the same time, what am I going to just turn to Winchester? What if I talk to this guy? Oh, maybe he can do something about this. We have 15. We find them in the cargo hold, listening to the groans of the straining hull. The driver's car crooks around an intrigued half-smile. Their eyes are blue and bright. Taking your hand, they place it on the plating, and you feel the steel shiver. "That's the sky," they say, "just an inch away." You recognize the look in their eyes. It's the same uprising, resolute look you've seen when they know a maneuver is risky, but they've decided to do it anyway. Engage in a passionate assignation. In the sky you are only ever one bad choice from death. You should all make the most of the moments you've given. Oh, is this a romance? I mean, sure. Your encounter is hurried and illicit, concealed behind crates of cargo. When crewman enters the hold, you pause, fingers on one another's lips. You adjust your balance, and the driver stifles a gasp. The instant the intruder departs, they are forgotten. The driver is fearless and inquisitive. Afterwards, while their breath is still ragged and their arms are fierce on your back, they whisper, "You don't ever have to worry. I wouldn't let anything happen to you." Happen to you? Yeah. I thought he would help me to fix this damn thing if things are getting nasty, but no. Fuck. We're going to pass Barba Zone, and I have this sail of nectar. I could use it to help the revolution. Let's go to second class anyway. We can afford that. Really careful. Should avoid all the ships, no matter how friendly they look. Oh, finally, I helped them. According to section 4B, the Overseer is most displeased when you turn up with one of her workers, forms all correctly filled out and stamped. They are forced to release the prisoner on schedule. Your only reward is a smile from the prisoner and a scowl from the Overseer. It is enough. Barbazon workers are up in arms. Is this it? Grateful smile. He takes the nectar with care. It has many uses. It is sweet and so grants cheer and vigor. Oh, I read that. We have everything we need. We are told, come. A wiry, ginger-haired man grins at you over a desk littered with documents. Some are crisscrossed with scrawled notes, others are pristine and freshly inked. The faintly bearded youth has a beatific smile. Our leader, the reverend activist, saw your work. He said you might be able to help. The uprising is beginning. The reverberant activist is agitated, pacing anxiously. Come quickly, our plans are prepared and our patience is gone. It's time. It begins. He leads you downstairs. Listen. From all around you hear shouts and chanting. The song of revolution is in harmonious. I should have whatever. Like sat on a bench and gathered to stories when I had the chance. You hear shouts and chanting. The song of revolution, but passionate. Thank you, mate, for all that you have done. He points in the direction of the bit between. Now go, for your own safety. I'll see you again when this is settled. This time we had a word with the governor. Workers cheer as you pass. The heavy double doors to the tunnel burst open before you. The sympathetic overseer rushes towards you to lead you away. He hears the shouts from the work world. Progress of an uprising. Unrest is high enough for an uprising. Barbazon work world is in arms. Only 5 strength of the sun. Jeez. The officials of Barbazon never bothered to formally name this waypoint. Captain's dock. Okay. Industrial unrest. Workers burst through into the bit between from the work world. Should I even do that? Seems unsafe. Overseer bustles you to locomotive. It is revolutionary leader's ally. Workers rush between you before you can be sure. He shouts over the crowd. You have to leave. Come back in. I don't know. Come back in a few days. When this is all over, one way or another. It is not clear what he reads in your face, but he presses his point. This is between us, work worlders. We have to resolve it. You've done your bit. Okay, well, still gives me a choice. Yeah, I should leave. What am I doing? Fuck. Sovereigns for failing. Meager pickings. The monitor must have had a quiet patrol. The hold is empty, but your search party manages to recover some inexpensive personal effects from the crew cabins, watches, rings, etc. 67 sovereigns. I mean, it's not bad. Like, if I got one illicit literature stack, I would have sold it for 75 here. Oh, this fucking damn the repo. I should remember it. It's here, near 3 rocks. I could capture it. Big back, but I couldn't sell literature I wanted. To fuel the sun. Well, we have 2 prospects which are basically in the same spot. And I have enough tea and hours. I can do it. But tomorrow, because it's been quite some lengthy experience. So yeah, didn't crash surprisingly through the whole time. My prayers have been heard. Right, see you tomorrow.